What is good, everybody? What's good? Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay. Laptop's giving me problems, but we're back. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but we are live on another edition of Friday Night Sports Talk. I'm here joined by my co-host from TWT, my man D Free. What is good, D Free? What is good?
What's good? What's good?
D Free is patrolling them streets.
Yeah, yeah. I'm out here patrolling.
And then backstage, just popping in right now, is one of my best friends in the whole wide world. And there goes my wife calling me, but I'm going to just send her the voicemail. Big Sock, what's going on, Sock?
How to do? How to do? Be free.
What's going on, bro?
Okay.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we seen the Sock.
You know, absence makes the heart grow fond. So
What's good? Let me just say what's up to some of the people in the chat. Skywalker was good. Skywalker, my man Opulent LDTV was good. Says blessings, bro. My man Mr. Shelton, LDBC or nothing. And my man Tyrone Weeks, who was at the fight with me a couple weeks ago in the Barclays. He says King Roy Garcia. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Ishe Smith may join us later. We had a little confusion in the schedule. I had hit him up on Twitter, and he said yes, but that was I believe that was Wednesday night, and then he probably thought I meant tomorrow, meaning Thursday. But his son is graduating today. He's in Arizona. He said he'll pop on if it ends, early. So they're a couple of hours behind, maybe 2 or 3 hours behind us. So we'll see how it plays out. But other than that, I got my two co-hosts on, and we're ready to talk about the latest and greatest. And what is the latest and greatest is what everybody's talking about. Is those test results that pop dirty us, Mr. Palmer. I'm going to go to you because you're kind of like the unbiased one. You're the unbiased one. You really have no dog in the fight, really, as far as I know. So I'll start off with you. What do you think about what has transpired with Ryan Garcia?
wow. Well, it's if it is true, right? Because he does get a chance to clear himself, right? We have a precedent when it has come to this recently. The one that comes to mind is Alicia Baumgartner. Um, if it is true, then it's a terrible black eye for not only him but for the sport, and the old cliche because it really was a memorable night. Like it would take it back to like Miguel Cotto and Margarito, the first fight, which on paper, if you don't have the dastardliness of what Margarito did, is one of the best fights of the last 25 years. But no one's going to remember that, right? Same thing is going to go with this. The irony is, as soon as that final bell rang with Haney and Ryan, it was Haney's mechanics that was being criticized. It was his game plan, and it begs the question: even if he did do that, even if he was juicing, did he need to? Because Devin looked so off his game and looked like I don't know, like his ego got him beat. It really scratches your head. Why would he willingly do that? I'm still leaning on the fence. I'm always a cynic. Um, Look, steroids work. If they didn't work, people wouldn't use them, right? Ignorance is not excuse you from the law, right? If you want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he took something that he didn't know, you're still responsible for it, right? And when you're a fighter at the level of Ryan Garcia, you're a corporation. Like you're supposed to have handlers. Ryan Garcia is big business, so it's not like he's on his own, right? He's got a lot of people looking after him, well, or at least he was supposed. You would assume. So I guess we have to wait and see. He's going to have his day in court to defend himself. He's been defiant. He's been trolling. He's been adamant that he never took anything. So I guess we're going to find out. But for now, he's guilty in the court of public opinion, and especially the people that were rooting for Devin Haney, now they have something to cling on to, despite Devin Haney being dominated for most of the debate. So that's my take on it. Sorry for being long.
No,
haven't
no,
been
that was good. That was good. No, you
got a lot in the tank.
No, yeah, it's perfect. It's been a while, and it was perfect. I mean, and well said. I don't have any arguments in what you said. So I'll go move over to D Free and see what D Free has to say about that. I know he's been speaking about this all week because D Free's all over YouTube. He's YouTube famous, baby. So and YouTube knows. D Free knows boxing and he follows it well. So what's your take?
It's I mean, just like Socrates said, but it's gonna end up being a memorable night for all the wrong reasons. At first it was everybody was talking about the weight. I gave it a pass on the weight because Devin agreed to it. He didn't have to agree to it. He chose to take the fight anyway. But then when it came out with the whole allegations of him juicing, now you look at it and you like, okay, first he decided to come in overweight, and he knew he was going to come in overweight, and now we have these allegations of him juicing. It's like, okay, do you even believe in yourself? You doing all these antics to win the fight. Do you believe in yourself? Do you think that you can beat Devin Haney? Because it doesn't look like a fighter that believe in themselves and believe they can win the fight on their own merits. It looked like they need special antics and special tactics in order to win the fight. And like I said, I was giving Ryan Garcia the benefit of the doubt with the whole weight situation because, like I said, Devin agreed to it. So everybody was talking about the weight. I was like, no, the weight ain't had nothing to do with it because the weight didn't play a part in that first 30 seconds when Devin got rocked. That wasn't the weight. That was Devin got hit with a shot and he was rocked badly. Mm-hmm. But then you see the juice and I'm like, okay, maybe it's something to this because when I heard Ryan excuse, that what made me realize, okay, Ryan knew what he was doing because the excuse that he gave was the supplements that he was taking. But then I seen on Twitter the people that made that supplement said they never had those drugs in their supplements. Their supplements is strictly off of herbs. Mm-hmm. There's no man-made ingredients in there. It's strictly from whatever they use is strictly from the earth. It's all herbals. So I'm like, okay, you knew this was in your system because you're making an excuse why it was in your system. So if you're making an excuse, that means you knew something was in your system that shouldn't have been there because anybody that know they haven't took nothing that they weren't supposed to take, they're going to say, no, I didn't take it. We need to do another sample. I didn't take anything. Mm-hmm. So a person that did something, they're going to make an excuse. Oh, the reason why is because of this. We heard it with Canelo. We heard it with Oscar Valdez. We heard it with Conor Ben. They all made excuses why something was in their system. They didn't say no. Like Alicia Bungana, she said, I never took anything. She said, I never took anything. Everybody else made an excuse why it was something in their system. So yeah. I want to give him a benefit of doubt, but then when I hear his excuse, I'm like, okay, you making an excuse of why it was something in your system, then that means you're guilty. So I mean, like I said, it's gonna be memorable for all of the wrong reasons, and it could have been a memorable night for Ryan Garcia, but now it's gonna go down like the Margarito and Miguel Cotto fight.
Yeah. Well, I'm with both you guys, especially what you said about the Twitter. Ryan has been on Twitter a lot, Instagram. He's been posting a lot, and I felt like he kind of told on himself a little bit. Also, the funny thing is why use the supplement if you was already acting a fool and doing what you wanted to do and train the way you wanted to train, and you wasn't going to make the weight? That's what I don't understand. So apparently he passed like the first. Like 3, I think there was like 4 altogether, 4 tests. He passed the first 3, and then he failed the one that was taken before the fight, meaning he must have took something maybe that week or the week before, Sock. What do you think? Like, based on what you know as far as like conditioning and stuff, maybe?
I mean, I just know going off of the letters, and I believe his mother had posted like those negative letters that said, I'm sorry, the letters that said that he was negative. From what I understand, they're random tests. I mean, yeah, I've worked with fighters, but I haven't worked with fighters at this elite level that are being monitored by VADA or USADA or whatever. But so from my understanding, they're random tests.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole point. That's their whole, background. Basically, because before, if you know when something is when you're going to be tested for something, it's a lot easier to mask it or to get around it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Everything that you said, D, that it's almost like he's getting ahead of himself, right? And Ryan is not shy. Ryan is always, he's of this generation, right? He's on the gram, he's clout chasing, and the more you talk, eventually you're gonna make a mistake, and maybe you're right, Tom. He might be, snitching on himself, but his behavior was all over the place, right? You don't know if it was just part of a gimmick, it's part of an act. Look, he is definitely weird, right? If whatever weird is, it's like I know it when I see it. I don't have it. I don't think there's a definition in Webster's dictionary, but we all know what odd or weird is, and Ryan is that. I do think though that the whole drinking of the beer and getting caught on video clubbing, I think it was all planned, obviously, because his wind was good, right? I mean, he was shaped to fight, So
well, mid rounds it was weird because he looked gassed
he still made a lot of the same mistakes he did against Tank Davis. Just Tank was able to capitalize, and that's part of that was because of Tank's height, right? That's when the short guy had the advantage. He was able to get under, the taller, less agile Ryan. So he was still making a lot of the mistakes, that he made against Tank. So,
but he looked tired. He was in like the third, fourth, and fifth round. Those 3 rounds, he was holding, and then he was backpedaling, moving a lot, which was weird. That told me like he was tired. I was like, and I was even saying it while watching live, like he looks gassed, like what he's running, like what is he doing? And the crowd booed. And I think all of that, like the antics, plus the crowd, I think it all played a factor in how Haney fought, because Haney. I believe Haney hurt Ryan like twice. There was 2 clear times I thought he hurt Ryan twice, and I think that also played into it, where it clicked in Haney's mind, like this guy, maybe, like you said earlier, you said arrogance, right? Like maybe, I think I could stop this guy, and I think that's what dropped his guard. The booing in like the 5th, 6th round, there was booing from the crowd and it was mostly booing Ryan because he was running and holding. I think he tried to press the gas, and I think he got caught. You know what I'm saying? So, but, I agree with you with that. Like, as far as, the arrogance, and then, with the antics was, the ploy to kind of set the trap for Haney to not fight his fight. Right. So, but do you think the steroids had anything to play? I mean, I think it does. It has to be. It's like, why take them? Like, what
puzzled me, and it been puzzling me ever since these whole allegations of him juicing, and I didn't hear nobody mention it yet. And why was there not marijuana found in his system? Because we saw the post where he was smoking, but they haven't found marijuana in his system.
That's true.
Unless he was faking like he was smoking, it was really tobacco and it wasn't marijuana or K2 or something.
Because he definitely was inhaling. He definitely was inhaling. It was still, obvious. I mean, he wasn't faking
even if you touch bud, it's in your DNA, it's in your hair. I think as far as him getting gassed, Ryan's is an excitable, nervous guy. So when you come in and he started off fast, that adrenaline rush eventually wears down. And I think that's what you talk about. He got, that he got gassed a little bit. At least that's how I perceive it, right? You know, he came out fast, obviously, right?
In the first round, yeah.
He came out fast. You know, guns are blazing. That was his game plan. You know, catch him cold, and he did. Look, there's a lot of questions. I mean, look, steroids, they work, right? I said it before. People wouldn't take them if they didn't. I think, if anything, I've never taken steroids. However, I think there is a placebo effect, right? If I told you, take a sip of this and it's going to make you more alert, it may not do anything. But the fact I already put that seed in your mind, you know, I think it builds confidence. And I think Ryan, despite the antics and build up, going into this fight, I'm sure his confidence after losing the way he did against Tank had to be, you know, not at the highest level, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's also part of why someone would take something.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're going to take something against a guy that you know very well, right? That's another. There was no fear against Devin Haney because you know the guy, right? You've been in the ring. Yeah, granted, it's amateurs. It's a different game. It's smaller gloves or whatever, but still, you have that confidence against somebody. If anything, if you're going to be, you know, willing to risk something, it's going to be against a guy that you don't know of, and that's Tank, who's a dangerous fighter. I don't think you can consider Haney a dangerous fighter, right? Yeah, Devin could have beaten Ryan, but I don't think he was going to do him like Tank, you know? So that's another thing you can ask yourself. So we're going to find out, man. You know, if it was true.
Ryan got to prove that supplement that he was taking have those ingredients in it. So he got to give the actual bottle that he was using and show that it had it, and they got to test it to see if it had those ingredients in it. Because if that bottle doesn't have those ingredients in it, when they test it, they're gonna say, no, you took something else. You wasn't taking this, or you could have been taking this, but you was taking something else on top of this.
Correct.
Because they gotta have some of those ingredients in it. But what I was thinking was maybe he was taking a small dose. That's why they wasn't showing up in the previous testing, and then it showed up in these last two testings before the fight and after the fight because it was a buildup over time.
Good point. That's a good point. I mean, you know, I was trying to get someone who has more of an expertise in terms of PEDs, but I was unsuccessful. Hopefully, you know, because this story is going to linger on, right? So hopefully, maybe next time we get somebody who's more astute, or even someone who knows how to cheat, right, and how to get by, right? Like, because Victor Conte, right? It's funny, Victor Conte. You know, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Blacklist, you know, and the Blacklist, long story short, is the CIA hiring a criminal, right, to catch criminals. And, you know, Victor Conte is a criminal, right, or at least convicted. So if anyone knows how to catch somebody or to get around something, it would be him, right? So his name has been brought around. And now Ryan, look, there's going to be a lot of dominoes going to fall because, you know, he slandered Victor Conte, he slandered Eddie Hearn and everyone around the promotion, and basically he's saying that it's a conspiracy against them. So it's going to be a lot of dominoes that fall once the truth comes out. You know.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of my next questions. Is so if they do find him to be, you know, guilty, I guess, you know, one, do they make it a no contest, right? Which is what they're going to fight for, and rightfully so. If it's proven, you see the Cotto Margarito, you know, it wasn't technically proven. I mean, they said it was there. It wasn't technically proven, so that loss still counts on Cotto's record. But in this, they can actually prove that he was on the juice. Then, so the old comes back for Haney, and Ryan gets a loss, and Ryan's going to get suspended. What do you think the suspension should be? That's my question.
I think, I mean, if you look at Amir Khan got caught with the same drug. They suspended him for 2 years. He got caught with the same drug. Yeah, Amir Khan got caught with the same drug, and he got suspended for 2 years.
Right.
I didn't know that.
With the Kell Brook fight. That Kell Brook fight. Remember, Amir Khan popped dirty. It was the same exact drug.
Okay.
And they suspended him for 2 years. So, I think he definitely need to be suspended. and I mean, I don't know if they're going to give him 2 years or not because at this point, Ryan Garcia is a somewhat of a superstar, and he's becoming a household name. So they probably not going to want him away from the ring, but for so long. The same way, similar to what they did with Canelo Alvarez when he popped dirty. They suspended him for 6 months, and I mean, even though he wasn't fighting for 6 months anyway, because he had just got finished fighting.
But then they also adjusted the levels, right? That you could take a clue, whatever.
Yeah,
what was
they
it?
changed.
They changed the levels,
the
or
levels.
something like that. Yeah, or raised it, something like that. Yeah.
But I think me personally, if you catches somebody right after their fight that they won, it shouldn't be ruled a no contest. It should be ruled a win for the other fighter. The other fighter came in there clean. They didn't have anything in their system. And who's to say that the drug wasn't the reason why you had the effect that you had?
Yeah, true.
I mean, we don't know if you would have did that without the drugs because you wasn't clean. So we don't know if you would have did that without the drugs. So if you can't prove he would be able to do that without the drugs, you shouldn't be. I would rule it for the other fighter. That's one of the punishments that you get for cheating. The other fighter get the win and you don't.
I mean,
that's
yeah, I mean, it's I'm trying to say, where's the precedent, right? You know, we have a Big Baby Miller, right? We have the recent guy. I mean, and there's been other guys in the past like Lamont Peterson. You know,
Conor Ben is more recent, and then Alicia Baumgartner is pretty much the most recent.
It's funny because Conor Ben and Amir Khan, that happened in Europe, right? In the UK. Right?
Yeah.
So it seems like they're more stricter, right? You know, Tyson Fury, right? It's supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, but the most recent one, at least that look, me personally, I hope for the sport of boxing that it's not true, because I believe in the old saying that a rising tide lifts all boats, right? Ryan is a star, like D3 said. Boxing needs stars. He's got that crossover appeal. He's a combination of De La Hoya and Floyd in terms of people going to pay money to see him lose because of his antics, right? He spit at the establishment when, you know, coming into the ring, going to the ring, drinking and the disrespect of the sport, you know, smoking weed and being defiant. And then he's got the fan base that embraces all the fuckery, right? You know, and plus the fact,
and it's a lot of them, and they're not even boxing fans.
Not even boxing fans, and that's what we need. We need that's why boxing will always be king of all combat sports, because, you know, UFC sells the brand, right? Nothing is bigger than the brand, right? Mm-hmm. It's always UFC, whatever number.
Yeah.
Boxing, on the other hand, is built on stars, and Ryan is a superstar, and it would really hurt the sport if the biggest American star, because that's what he is, you know, is found to be a cheater, you know, and, you know, now we wonder, you know, how long has he been doing this? This is just the first time he got caught. You know, it's always, it's going to be a big domino effect.
Yeah. Real quick. I was about to say to Josh Sanders, there is a such thing as a false positive, but the thing is, it was 3 testing that was done. It was 2 right before the fight and 1 after the fight, and all 3 of those came back positive. So that wouldn't have been a false positive. Now, if it was 1 and then the other one came back negative, then you could say, okay, that first one might have been a false positive. But you got 3 testings that was done. 2 of them was from the same sample of urine. Another one was from a different sample of urine.
Yeah. Real quick, let me hit the super chat. My man Eric Jordan in super chat, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Thanks for showing love. He says, TD Sports Talk, salute fam. First live, and I most definitely do agree. Ryan did cheat, and the proof is in the pudding from his drug test. Funkin' monkey. Funkin' monkey. Salute to you, Eric. I appreciate you. I'm with you. I agree. You know, I wanna let me shout out some more people, and I want to bring up another topic, which was the weight. Milo Bird Farm, thanks for coming through. And okay, trying to see if I miss anybody who's saying what's up. We addressed Josh
What's
from
going on, Optimum?
Opulent LD. I'd say what's up to my brother over there. But another thing that's been a topic before this came out was the weight issue. Do you think Ryan cheated coming in overweight and not coming in on weight? What's your opinion on that? I'll start with you, D Free, then I'll go to Sock, because Sock will go into it as as a strength and conditioning coach. He could go into it in more depth on his opinion. So I'll start off with you, D Free.
I'm gonna say no, he didn't cheat. I would say he used that to his advantage, but I'm gonna say no, he didn't cheat because Devin had the opportunity to say no, I don't want this fight. I'll go ahead and fight Aaron Barbosa, but Devin went ahead and went through with the fight. So Devin knew that he was coming in overweight. They even placed a bet on it. So Devin already knew prior to that Friday that he was overweight because they did a weigh-in on Thursday and he missed weight on Thursday, and then they did another weigh-in on Friday. So Devin already knew he was overweight. So Devin had every opportunity to say, you know what? Nah, I don't want this fight. This man ain't taking me serious. He's not even being a professional coming in on weight. So I'm gonna go ahead and scratch this fight, and I'll fight Aaron Barbosa. But Devin took the fight, so no, I'm not gonna say he cheated with the weight.
Time in.
Yes,
Good,
sir.
Tom?
Yeah. I'm tagging you in.
Okay.
Let me. Yep.
I'm kind of on board because once you decide to accept the fight, and plus you took the whatever financial penalty, you can't really use that as an excuse. My thing is this: they saw each other at the beginning of the week, and it was not that hot in New York that week, and Ryan is walking around with no shirt, like he's in a Matthew McConaughey movie, right? You could tell when someone is like, you could just look at somebody; they're not going to make the weight, right? So,
Yeah.
is it now? Was
And
it the
then
most
also, I'll stop
noble?
the push.
I'm sorry.
You
Right.
heard?
Right.
No, so just to cut you, the push. He had to know right there on the push alone, right? When they, he could
I
have
mean,
felt
you're
like
face
how
to
heavy he
face.
was.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. Now, was it the noble thing to do? Was it the sportsman thing to do? No. He used the cheat code. He got away with it. They probably figured, look, there's no way Devin's going to say no to this payday. So, and like I said, Team Haney knew, or at least they felt in their mind that it doesn't matter what, we'll give him the pounds. It's not going to make a difference. The same way, Mayweather and Marquez, right? Floyd gave Marquez a couple. He treated Marquez like a Mexican in the Home Depot parking lot, and he took it. He could have. He should have asked for
only
millions.
£2. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he should have asked Floyd for millions.
How much did he get for that? 200,000.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, it was like 200,000 for per pound. I think it was two.
Yeah.
He was overweight by 2 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He get. I think it was 225 grand or 265. Something ridiculous. I mean, in a Mayweather fight, you should ask for $2 million a pound.
Yeah.
At least, But anyway,
and that was Floyd's first fight out of prison.
That was his first. That was his comeback fight, right?
Yeah.
That was his comeback fight. And as far as like, does it affect you when you know that you have 3 pounds to play with? Absolutely. You're not depleting your body. The last 3 pounds are always the toughest. Especially these fighters that are lean to begin with. I mean, how much body fat do you think Ryan Garcia is? Right? He's under 15% at least. So those pounds are fucking under the worst. So absolutely it played a part, but Devin accepting the penalty, he can't use it as an excuse.
Oh, so Tyrone says it was his first fight after Hatton. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. But I do remember that he came in overweight.
But Floyd was already like it had been a while. Either right, he had his legal problems. I don't know. Was it the time that He took his girlfriend's cell phone or something. He did a little bid to that.
Yeah, he did like what 3 months or something.
Yeah.
But I thought Cotto was the fight before he went and did the prison time. And then after that, I don't know. Yeah, I can't. I gotta look into that. But yeah, but I remember he came in
fight,
two.
The Hatton fight happened at 140. So and he fought Cotto at 54.
Yeah, but remember Marquez was supposed to be at 140 also, right?
Yeah. So it had to be closer to the Hatton fight than the Cotto fight.
Yeah. So I don't think Ryan could make the weight because I think you're right. I think at that point, because it cut to me, Eric, it makes sense because the test that he failed was the test right before the fight. So that's the couple weeks where you're still trying to lose those extra 2 or 3 pounds. Usually people, when they try to make weight, they're trying to make weight that particular week. You know what I'm saying? So
but
I don't think he was really trying.
You don't think it was just part of the strategy? Because and he was.
It could be, yeah. I think so. I think it all led up to the mind games.
Floyd was a consultant of his going into this fight, right? Because Floyd and the Haney's are declared enemies, right?
Yeah.
And it seemed like he gave him that bit of advice.
I think, and I've seen people make lies about it. I think they're right. I think Floyd advised Garcia to come in overweight, and I think that's legit. I think it's true. So it's unfortunate. I mean, that's why when we talk about the penalty that he'll get if they do find him, that he juiced, it should probably be pretty severe because I mean he went totally unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? And this is a sport where people have died. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I don't like it. I didn't like when I used to be a big Canelo fan. I used to always talk about Canelo and everything. The sock, and I don't really rock with Canelo anymore. So I mean, because he juiced. I don't respect fighters that cheat.
Yeah, I mean, you got, like I said, you gotta think about it. Not only the fact of you juicing, but then you came in overweight, so you add the weight on top of that. You really trying to seriously hurt somebody by doing what you did, because even if you give him the benefit of doubt and he wasn't trying to use the supplement for the gain power or anything like that, he was using it because it can help you cut weight. If he was using it to try to cut weight, you came in overweight, and that supplement does help you build muscle. Yeah. So it does. I mean, well, PED. I ain't even gonna say supplement. That PED does help you build muscle and helps you cut weight as well. So you're overweight and you building up muscle. You could have seriously damaged him if not kill him. You could have seriously damaged him.
I'm still. They haven't announced the what they weighed in, both of them, for the day of the fight, because Ryan looked close to 180. My boy Tyrone, who was at the fight, he's in the chat. Tyrone was with me, and he said he looked the same weight as my man Tyrone. He said he looked about 175. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Devin was like 160 something, because Devin had made weight on Thursday, so he had from Thursday till Saturday to rehydrate. I wouldn't be surprised if Devin was like around 160 and Ryan was like 175, 180, because Ryan knew he wasn't going to make weight when he missed it on Thursday, so he had from Thursday until Saturday as well.
Why say Thursday though?
Well, Thursday they did the weigh-in Thursday. If you make weight, that ceremony weight, the ceremony weigh-in that's what they do it for. It's a ceremony weigh-in. Like
I think they did it Friday morning.
Friday morning.
It's Friday morning. Yeah.
According to Devin Haney and them, he made weight on Thursday. He made weight on Thursday. They had a weigh-in on Thursday. He made weight on Thursday.
But I don't think that's official, though. I don't think it was official, because normally in New York they do that. It's either 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's like sometime in the morning.
Yeah,
they do it.
Fighters that I've worked with, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the latest, and then they'll bring it out for the ceremony, for the cameras.
Yeah, like 3-4 o'clock later in the afternoon.
Right.
But by that time, they're already rehydrating up.
Now, maybe D, what you probably meant was like that he was already at his weight, unofficially, So, but Devin, it looked like he was using a sauna suit at one of the press conferences.
Yeah, I don't like that ceremonial weigh-in no more. I mean,
me neither.
It was fine, but now they starting to do it all the time, and you don't know if it's because somebody's not making weight or if it just you don't know what a person really looks like before the fight, because a lot of people they bet on these fights and you want to see how a person look when they weighing in, but when you're doing a ceremonial weight, you don't know how they look because they already then found out if they're going to make weight or if they're going to miss weight.
Yep.
So they already trying to rehydrate.
I think also, sorry, does it depend on the promotion? Because when I was at the top rank weigh-in with the Oshaki Foster Abraham, that was the official weigh-in, the weigh-in that we went to. They didn't weigh in early because Oshaki had to, I think, was it Oshaki? Oshaki had to strip down, and another fighter had to strip down too to make weight.
That one was official weigh-in.
And that was like at 2 o'clock. No, lies. That was like 12 o'clock or something.
But if you look at
it was around noon, but that was the official weigh-in. And it was ceremonial too.
During those contract negotiations, I don't think it's necessarily the promoter. It's whatever the two camps agree on,
Yeah, I think if you look at Devin last, I believe he did one for Regis too. I think his last 3 fights, they was all ceremonial weigh-ins, because I know they did it with Loma. I believe they did it with Regis as well, and then they just did it with Ryan Garcia.
That's crazy. I want to show some. I wish Ishe would make it. Ishe, I got a lot of stuff from Ishe. Ishe has been getting at all the Ryan supporters and content creators. So he posted this, which was interesting. I don't know if it was Ishe that posted. I saw this. Well, Ryan was talking about being professional, making weight when I guess Hasim Racine Jr. was supposed to fight Paul. And remember, he didn't make the weight. I don't know if you guys remember that. They were supposed to fight.
Right.
So he says,
I get him to come down like 30 pounds down.
Yeah. Something like that. And he said he told the truth, and so Ryan was kind of being a hypocrite, because look what he did. So he was posting that. And then this is funny. Ishe said, look at all the Ryan supporters trying to get into Nevada.
Ryan had missed weight. He missed weight. He missed the contract weight 3 of his last 4 fights.
Because the Duarte fight, he didn't make weight either.
Yeah, the Duarte fight, he changed the weight the day before to 43. The Fortuna fight, they changed the weight a couple of days before the actual weigh-in, and then now the Devin Haney. The only fight that he made weight was Tank Davis.
And that was the catch weight that he had to agree on.
Yeah.
So
with the rehydration clause, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Now it's starting to look like Tank is a genius for putting the rehydration clause in.
And speaking of Tank is one of the big names that has come out and in support of his former foe. Now, I don't know if that's just because of the old Arab saying, "An enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine," right?
No, I think Tank is doing that because when Tank told everybody that Ryan was juicing, nobody believed him. And now that he got busted against Devin, he's like, nah, he's not juicing. When I told y'all he was juicing, I was crazy. Everybody want to go against me. So I think Tank is doing that because nobody believed him. I don't think he really cared I don't think he really cared. I mean, yeah, he don't like Devin Haney, but I don't think he's on Ryan's side because it was Devin Haney. I think he's mocking everybody because nobody believes him when he was telling everybody that he believes Ryan is juicing.
But he's been trolling hard, man.
Interesting.
Tank has been on Twitter hard body. Like, he's been trolling everybody. He's been getting and I disagree. I disagree what he's doing. I like what Shakur came out and he was kind of defending, Haney, like, we don't need this. He's been more of like not straight defending Haney, but he said we don't need this in the sport, huh?
But Shakur's a sucker and a hater because he's the guy on the outside looking in.
That's true,
Right.
That's a
And
good point.
and
But
deep
that's
down,
what I'm
he's
saying.
a
But
coward.
he
Deep down, he's a coward because
okay.
whenever he's a pussy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Just because you're from a bad neighborhood doesn't make you a badass, and that is
That's
Shakur
true.
Smith. And this is live, right? So this is forever. There's videotape of him taking a swing at a woman in a gas station. That shows your true character. You're a pussy. Double down.
Yeah.
And
I'm just
seen
saying,
this man
Scott,
fight at ring.
I
at
don't
press
disagree
conference.
with you. I don't. Shakur's been funny, and especially on Twitter and everything. I don't I don't disagree with you. What I'm saying is he could have went the other way, and he could have got at Devin, right? But he didn't. That's supposedly like his foe as well, right? His enemy as well.
Right.
So, and he didn't do that.
He
That's
missed
what I'm trying
weight
to
against
say.
Canelo.
Yeah. He missed weight against Cassette. Yeah, that's true. Cassette, the guy from Brazil, and he had to pay him extra money to take that fight. Hitchens is another guy I saw in defense of Ryan. Right, that's another one, Richardson Hitchens. So it's been very interesting with these guys on Twitter, these fighters on Twitter in support of Ryan Garcia.
Well, they're cliquish, right? I mean, Devin and Hitchens were getting at each other. So
yeah,
man, Mickey, yeah.
And later Son says, "Okay, Sock, carry on."
Yeah.
Sock went in, man. Sock hardly ever. Sock hardly ever goes in. This is the first time Sock went at it.
I haven't liked him in a long time. Once I saw that video of him, cringe, and he knows exactly what happened to the dude from the Migos.
Yeah, it's true. He was there.
Yep.
He was there. Yeah.
He's a sucker.
Is Ryan doing a B sample? Because I didn't hear nothing about him doing a B sample.
He has to. No, the B sample is the same sample. It's the same piss. It's just that he can tell them to take that out, but it's the same piss. It's just locked up somewhere. You sign off on it,
Oh yeah.
But he's got like 10 days for them to he has to let them know, I believe, to test the B sample. But it's the same piss. Now, if they find that the B sample doesn't have it, then you got a problem, because then somebody's been messing around with the test. You know what I'm saying? Because they should be the same. So I mean, but he can if he wants. Yes, I think he had like 10 days or something like that.
That nigga need to go say, you know what, man? Forget the sample. Take my hair follicles. Take my hair follicles.
Right.
All the Ryan supporters are trying to get to that B sample. Look at them. They trying to change that B sample. Look at the Ryan supporters. It's bananas, bro.
The hair sample is the hair sample. Sometimes boxing can't get out of its own way sometimes, and the guy. I don't think he needed it, because Devin was just off,
I believe that too. And a part of me agrees with it. It's just my thing is why do it? Like, you already did everything to throw him off. You was very unprofessional. You didn't make weight. Like it was like I don't get it. And you volunteered to do the VADA. That's in the contract, right? For that, why did you do that as well?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Just,
they're watching you.
Yeah. But this guy, he's a strange individual. This guy don't know what he's doing. So I'm surprised he didn't pop for coke. It's like, I mean, I don't get it. What's up, my man? Act Reacher, what's going on? But yeah. So
I'm gonna be a troll. I'm gonna be a troll. I think Ryan would have got whooped if he wasn't on them daggone PEDs. I think he would go. I mean, if you take away the 3 knockdowns, Devin win that fight easy.
He was. I mean, round 2. I had round 2 to 6, Devin. Now 6 was a little bit closer, because I think Ryan started off like fast in the beginning of the 6th round, if I remember. It's funny. I have not even watched the replay. I've only seen it one time, and that was live. So I'm going off of this of watching it live. But I thought Ryan won round. I thought Haney won round 2 to 6, and I thought round 7, obviously that was the knockdown. But I think the booing had something to do with it too, and I think Haney hurt Ryan also. I think that all of that plays into it, and I think Haney dropped, he dropped his defense. I think he got too anxious, and and when do you get hit the most is when you throw throw punches. You know what I'm saying? So I think he got aggressive and he got caught. You know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, you know, Ryan popped dirty. Ryan's unprofessional. Ryan, you know, I know people love him, you know, especially the casuals. I know a good friend of me and Sox that we go on radio every week with. He likes Ryan. He thinks he's good for him, but I think, you know, he's good for the sport. Even Sox just said that Ryan's good for boxing. I think just for all the wrong reasons. But you know, I do understand what you're saying. So
money is a good thing, and I mean it circulates, right? You know, you get people. Has the paper been by? Has it come out yet?
I haven't seen anything. I've heard a rumor close to 1 mil. I saw like 900,000 or something like that somewhere. Yeah, but I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah.
So the funny thing, Coke only stays in the system for 2 hours. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No wonder Camacho is fighting. It's, you know,
Coke. No, I mean Coke. I don't know. I mean, Coke might stay in your urine for 2 hours, but it stay in your bloodstream for 6 years. I mean, 6 months.
Okay.
It stay in your bloodstream for 6 months. It might stay in your urine for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys. I mean, maybe let's move on. I don't think Ishe is going to join us. I know he wanted to talk about this. We can maybe touch up on another time. But if you want to move on to the main event tomorrow, or
I mean, I just say this, like, you know, whatever happens, we can't have like selective outrage, right? Like Chris
I agree with this, Chris.
You know,
yeah.
There's I mean, we have fighters in the hall. Not to say that it's right to do it, right? Because I mean, if I ever had a fighter that went up against somebody that was juicing, I'd be very upset. I'd be very angry, and if they lost. But we got fighters in the Hall of Fame that are known juicers, right? You know, Shane Mosley, Evan Fields, aka Vander Holyfield, right? His biggest wins were against Mike Tyson. And those nights, he looked like a defensive tackle for the Falcons, right? And he was probably juicing ever since he became a pro, right? Because he built his body up a certain way. Antonio Tarver, you know, James Toney.
Antonio Tarver's in the Hall of Fame?
Well, he should be.
Okay. I don't know if
but you know, he was someone that used PDs. You know, he was suspended for it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I told everybody this the other day. They laughed at me when I said it. But
Roy Jones?
Yes.
No, not James Jones.
No, Roy Jones. No, that he was on the juice. I didn't know that. I knew James Toney.
Yeah, but Antonio Tarver is the same as Buster Douglas.
Sorry, I know Tyrone is a big Roy Jones guy. So
in what regards?
I mean, Antonio Tarver is only known for one thing, beating Roy Jones. Buster Douglas is only known for one thing, beating Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah. Got any excuses?
It's funny because at the end, after the fight, when we was leaving, I took the clip of
that's why I mentioned
Antonio Tarver, and my man Tyrone did not want to go up and say what's up to Antonio. He said, "Nope, I can't do it because he beat my man Roy."
Yeah, Roy was my man too. I remember that. I remember that night like it was yesterday. Because I was a big Roy Jones fan, and my man from Philly, he used to hate Roy Jones because Roy Jones beat Bernard Hopkins. So when Roy lost to Antonio Tarver, I didn't even see the because I was at work. He called me. He was like, "Man, your man got knocked out." I was like, "Who you talking about?" He was like, "Roy Jones." I was like, "What?" Man, I turned on ESPN. I was like, "Oh, nah." I was like, "Man, are you serious?"
I remember I was in the Foxwoods when that happened. I was at the tables and they had the TVs and I was watching it and I was just shocked.
Whole world.
But look at my
That's the one thing I can say. Roy Jones did not have a chin. Everybody was like, "What you mean?" I was like, "No, Roy Jones, every time he got touched on the chin, he went to sleep." They were like, "That's not true." No, all them other fights that Roy had, he never got touched on the chin. The first time he got touched on the chin, he went to sleep.
Who's the first one to drop? Dropping was Del Val, right? Was it Del Val that dropped Roy first?
Ludoval, right? He's got
Ludoval was the first one.
It's funny because there's a story that Sugar Ray Leonard was supposed to sign Roy Jones, but someone advised him not to because of questioning his chin. So then his bro comes out of left field saying Allah said what?
I don't know. I know it was something. There was Ryan posted a video of his brother saying that that he knew that he was going to pop Dirty, that he was going to pop Dirty like before he popped. So I think that's what he's referring to.
His brother said he had a premonition.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't.
Yeah, it was his brother. His brother said he had a premonition that he was going to pop Dirty.
I mean, I said it too. I'm not gonna lie, but I said he was gonna pop Dirty for like cocaine or something. That's what I said. I've been Tyrone said at the fight. Tyrone. I'm a witness. He did say. He said, "I bet you Ryan pops Dirty." He did say that. We was there. I remember him saying that. So I thought I said it, but I thought he was gonna pop for like cocaine or something. You know, because he's been partying all week, and I knew he was partying all week. What was that? He cut off. D-Free, you there? He must have hit a bad spot. But yeah, he was partying all week. I had video of him partying from Tuesday at a lounge in the city. He admitted to that later. He was telling in an interview, he said, I was clubbing, and he named all the places. And then the place that I knew he was at, he named it. I wasn't allowed, when I posted the video, I wasn't allowed to say the name of the place, but it was called Little Sister Lounge. But then Ryan said he was clubbing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to the fight. So that's the only reason why I said what I said. But what is
Golden Boy just released a statement, but Oscar hasn't come out, right?
Okay.
You know, basically it's saying that they're just going to wait for the process to play out. Yeah.
I think he's probably going to wait till this weekend's over because, you know, he's focused on Mungia right now and Canelo probably. So
it's a good segue
to tomorrow's main event. I mean, and everybody, and the main question is does Mungia have a shot, right? Because I don't think anybody's giving Mungia a chance to win this fight.
Do any of you two gentlemen have the odds right now on what it is?
That's a good question. I didn't even look it up. That's funny. Usually I do before the big fights. I usually have it. I'll look it up right now. Usually,
I mean, it's a pretty big.
D-Free, you good? I don't know. Something happened with his mic or something, or he might have hit a bad spot.
He might have some bad guy in the chokehold.
Oh, my bad.
He's hemming somebody up.
Yeah, because I know my internet's been bad here. Yeah, I hear you now. Before.
Yeah, I was on a phone call.
You was off.
Yeah, I was on a phone call.
Okay. But we're gonna move on to tomorrow's main event. We're gonna move to the big fight with Canelo and Mungia. You think there's a chance that Mungia could pull off the upset?
I don't know if he pulls. I don't know if he pulls off.
Sock. Then there it goes.
These talking.
I don't know if he pulled off the upset, but I'm rooting for Mungia. I think Canelo gonna win, but I'm rooting for Mungia to pull off the upset because Canelo should have fought David Benavidez.
I mean, one thing I think Mungia. Well, the one thing we're gonna get, at least Mungia's gonna try. He's gonna try to win. Oh, flash knockdown. Deep freeze.
Yeah.
He dropped out.
He got off. Okay, he might have hit a bad area. Mine is messing up. I'll come back. I see Mungia plus 350, and Canelo minus 500. I thought it would be a little bit higher. It's actually closer than what I thought.
I'm looking at CBS Sports is reporting Alvarez is minus 525.
Yeah, around 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means if he's minus 525, he's got to be like plus 375 or something like that.
And the over under is 10.5 rounds. Look,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I think we're gonna get from Mungia, we're gonna get someone who's gonna try to win. You know, I don't think there's gonna be a situation like the Charlo fight. I I don't think Mungia is gonna be a sucker or like Chavez Jr. I think Mungia is gonna try to win.
Yeah,
Just because he only knows one way to fight. And I think it'll be a much better fight than what people anticipate. Um, However, stylistically, I think Mungia kind of plays into what Canelo does well. Canelo's still a pretty good counterpuncher,
yeah,
and Mungia's going to give him opportunities to counterpunch,
yeah,
but Mungia's got youth, right?
yeah.
Youth, youth is Father Time is undefeated.
That is
Less
true.
miles on his body. Now he's been in some wars, the fight against Devinchenko, um, against a bunch of people, against less
Yeah,
caliber people, right? So, but I think it's gonna be entertaining, and
yeah. I think that's the one thing we can say. I think tomorrow's fight will definitely be entertaining. I think the styles is going to mesh good. I think it falls into the favor of Canelo, as like you said, as a counter puncher. Munguia is going to press the gas, and he's there to get hit as well. So, but maybe he can buzz Canelo. Canelo's got a great chin, so
right.
no, I see Canelo stopping him like 6th or 7th round. I mean, I think Canelo stops him. Hold on, I go deep free.
I think if he doesn't discourage Munguia early, it's going to be interesting after the 8th round, because Canelo is known to fade, or not finish fight strong. So I mean, the Caleb Plant fight. What round did he take care of Caleb Plant? Was it like the 9th or 10th?
Caleb Plant, I think it was the 10th round.
Yeah, but Canelo has faded in other fights, and plus he's older.
Yeah.
But I think he's got to discourage Munguia early, And it's gonna be I mean, look, this is what, the second or third fight with Freddie Roach?
I think second one. The second fight.
This is second fight at 168. His first fight was John Ryder.
But the second fight with Roach, right? And Freddie's an offensive guy, I think he's gonna, play to the strength of what Munguia has. Now, like you say, he's not a natural 68. The guy turned pro just like Canelo at 54.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating, man. I think it's a better fight than what people think. He's only 33, but that's like dog years, man. He's been fighting pro since 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is going to be a good fight. I just think it's going to be action packed, but I just think Canelo's going to stop. I think it's going to be one sided pretty much. I say Carlos Cortez, he has him stopping him in the 5th. I said 6 or 7. So I think we're kind of like close to the same page. Other guys have Canelo in like the 8th or 9th.
It's going to be interesting. I wonder what the numbers do. I wonder what the numbers are going to be for this pay-per-view.
How much are they charging for this pay-per-view? I haven't seen.
Oh no.
It's PBC.
That's another reason why I'm not buying it. It's on Amazon, but I'm not buying it because they're only charging Americans for it. They're not charging nobody else for it.
Yeah, it's the Mexicans get to watch it for free in Mexico. But but here in America and other countries we got to pay for it. It's a PBC fight. So I know Golden Boy wanted it lower or something like that, but they couldn't because it's a PBC, platform. You can buy it on Golden Boy, but it has to be the price that PBC sets for it. So I'm assuming it's like $80 or something, but I could be wrong.
Probably.
I can look at it right now. Hold on one second.
I haven't looked. So.
Yeah, I'm lucky my neighbor hasn't redone their fence.
Yeah, so that's what you're gonna watch it?
Yeah, I just caught me some brand new binoculars from Amazon, so I'm good to go.
Well played, Sock.
Oh my God. Hell no. That joint $90. Hell no.
$90. Jesus Christ.
$89.95. Hell no.
Ave Maria. I mean, I think we're gonna get a good fight. I just don't know if it's
binoculars are cheaper.
90.
I mean,
binoculars are cheaper.
It's a nice card. It's a nice card. It's definitely better than the couple of cards we had the last couple of weeks. But I still don't think it's worth $90.
Yeah, the New York, the fight we went to, the card was trash. I mean,
Nah,
the
if
main
it was
event
David
good.
Benavidez,
Huh?
I said if it was David Benavidez, yeah.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah, shit.
I don't even think nobody would complain that it was $90 if it was David Benavidez.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, but it can't be worse than where I was at the Haney Garcia fight, because that card was bad. Barboza should have lost that fight. You know, I thought he lost. I thought that the Irish guy won. They gave it to Barboza. You know, other than that, the other card, there was an upset in the fight. That dude, Scrappy Ramirez, he got upset. He got dominated too.
Yeah, he got dominated
by the coast. He was the guy who was from Costa Rica. I was shocked. I think he was not prepared for that style. That guy was smothering him pretty much the whole fight. He couldn't really do anything with him. But that card was bad. But it was a good experience to be at the fight, though.
I had a feeling Scrappy was going to lose because he was doing a little bit too much smiling at the weigh-in.
And he was talking a lot too.
That dude said, "Oh, he never faced nobody like me." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
yeah, and he was talking. He was talking a lot of shit too.
Yeah. So, I think Canelo is going to make a statement with Mungia because I think he's pissed off with what Oscar said. Because Oscar said there's about Canelo the drug cheat.
Yeah.
But when Canelo had popped dirty, it was Canelo. I mean, it was Oscar and Bernard that was saying, "Nah, he didn't cheat. He ain't do this. That's all a lie." Now all of a sudden, Canelo's a drug cheat and all that. I think Canelo going to take it out on Jaime Mungia. I think Jaime Mungia, he'll be lucky if he make it to 7 rounds.
That's what I see.
Because there's absolutely no pressure on Jaime Mungia because
it's not none at all.
All the attention has been deflected between Canelo and Oscar, you know, and there's some craziness going on. That don't be surprised if they dust off Oscar and we get a grudge match.
Nah, there's no way, bro. I'm
gonna tell you like this. I got a feeling this fight is gonna look like Demetrius Bivol versus Zordo.
It's gonna be a shutout.
I think it's gonna be a shutout. I think it's gonna be a shutout because Zordo had 44 fights when he fought Demetrius Bivol, and he didn't even look like he fought one time in the pros.
The only difference is, I think you're right, but the only difference is Canelo got power, and Bivol doesn't got any pop, so he's gonna stop.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think it's gonna be a shutout, but I think Canelo's going to eventually stop him. I think it's gonna be a shutout, but he's gonna end up stopping because if you, I mean, I understand resumes don't fight for you, but if you look at Jaime's resume, he got 4 notable names on his resume, and none of them are A-level fighters. He got John Ryder. Gabriel Rosado, Derevyanchenko, and it's somebody else. I'm trying to think who's the 4th one because I was just looking at his resume the other day. I'm like, okay, he got 4 notable names, but none of them are A-level fighters.
Saddam Ali, that's who he.
Yeah. Derevyanchenko, he almost lost that fight.
Yeah,
that was a really close fight.
A lot of people think he lost.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think, the main thing is that we want to see Canelo in a bigger fight. We want to see him Benavidez. You know, everybody says Benavidez is the guy to beat Canelo. I want to see it. I think that's the fight we want to see. But here's the crazy thing. I personally think Canelo beats Benavidez.
It was a guy that I was talking to on BVO day before yesterday, I believe it was. I think it was either Wednesday or I think it was Wednesday. And this guy was really trying to tell me that Jaime deserved a shot over David Benavidez. I'm like, how do you even figure that? I'm like, what in your mind frame made you say that Jaime deserves a shot. I said he only had one fight at 68. David
Yeah.
Benavidez literally beat everybody at 68 except for David Morrell and Canelo. He beat everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that after this that we see Canelo and Benavidez yet. It almost sounds like it might be Canelo Berlanga, because did you see what happened earlier today?
No, yeah, it's gonna be Berlanga.
Berlanga got into it with Caleb Plant.
Well, he's the WBA #1 now, right?
I think so. I think he's not
However,
mandatory, but the #1, yeah.
However, there is a little birdie told me that there's some managerial issues going on with Edgar Berlanga.
Oh, you know what? You know who else? Who else it might be too? There's another guy that's fighting on the undercard. Skull, the IBF #1 contender. He might end up being Canelo's next fight too.
Yeah, but nobody wants to see that now. The guy we want to see is Benavidez. That's who we want to see. We want to see Canelo and Benavidez.
And he's going up to light heavyweight, so maybe we get a situation. Canelo gets him to come down. That up and down. Dropping the weight.
Yeah,
could only benefit Canelo.
I think
the longer it takes, I think the more Benavidez is benefits, right? But
because Canelo's getting older. Yeah, right. But I think just like he's the excellent counterpuncher, and Benavidez throws a lot of shots. And I could see Canelo killing Benavidez to the body too. I just want to see the fight. I personally am picking Canelo to beat Benavidez. Not that I'm a big Canelo fan, because I used to be a big Canelo fan. I just didn't like with the Triple G and the Royds, but
he got dropped by the Armenian.
But he's still who? Oh, Benavidez, yeah.
Benavidez,
yeah. But see, the thing I agree with Canelo counter punching. The only problem I have with that is he's never faced somebody that throws as many punches as David Benavidez. Like David Benavidez throw a lot of punches, especially for a 168-pounder. He throws a lot of punches, and it's nonstop, and he goes all 12 rounds. The same way he start round 1 is the way he end round 12.
But I'll tell you what, the more you throw punches, the more punches you throw, the more chances you're going to get hit back.
Yeah, so, I mean there's a chance that he's going to get hit back. Yeah. But I know Canelo likes to cover up and use his upper body movement. Like he throws a combination shot, but a lot of times it's usually after you finish your combination.
Yeah,
he'll wait for you to come back with your to bring that shot back, and he'll throw. Sometimes he throws in between, but a lot of times if you paid attention, like when he caught Caleb Plant, it was after Caleb Plant threw a combination, and he caught Caleb Plant trying to go back on defense, and Caleb Plant just wasn't quick enough at that time because it was later in the fight.
Yeah, and Plant's gas tank always fades later in the fight too. So, because I thought Plant did some good work against Canelo early, but then he faded. So I don't know. These are things that we want to see as just fans and stuff. But I know a lot of people think Benavidez beats Canelo. I'm just not one of them. So
I think David Benavidez beats him now. I didn't think David Benavidez beat him before, but now I do, because Canelo gave him too much time to get seasoned. He gave him too much time, and that was the same thing that everybody was saying about Bud and Earl. But Earl let Bud get acclimated at that division. If he would have fought Bud early at 147, he probably had a better chance of beating Bud. We don't know if the outcome would have still been the same or not. But Earl was the better fighter then. It was before he had his accident. And
did he just cut off?
A lot of times when you let these fighters gain their experience and like with David Benavidez, because he never had a big amateur background, it's been in the pros. He had to learn in the pros. He only had, I think, like 40 fights as an amateur. So he's been learning in the pros.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, now Benavidez is going to move up in weight. He's going to fight a guy that's got one loss, but the guy, I don't think he's fought in like 2 or 3 years. He lost to Beterbiev. I don't know his name. He's got a weird. He's a Russian or something. He got a weird name. He fought Beterbiev, and he lost to Bet. He got stopped to Beterbiev as Beterbiev stopped everybody. But that's his only loss, and then he hadn't fought in like since that. So
to be honest with you, that was Beterbiev his toughest fight. That was his toughest fight.
So it'll be interesting to see how he does moving up. I mean, it's be interesting.
I don't think nobody beat King Arthur though. I think King Arthur beats everybody at 75.
They're gonna have some news. We got some news on Beterbiev. Unfortunately, that fight got postponed. Him and Bivol.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean,
did you hear about that, D-Free?
Yeah, I just heard about it on BFTV.
What was it, his knee?
BFTV mentioned it real quick. He said, "Oh, the fight is off." I didn't hear why the fight was off. I just heard that the fight was off.
Let's try to get Scully on.
Meniscus? What's that? Is that the knee? Is that the meniscus?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's old. He's not old, but he's getting old.
Yeah, no, he is old. He's 38.
Yeah, so
maybe Father Time is starting to show his head.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
We should try to get Scully on.
I was thinking about it. I mean, I think Ishe would have been good because he was really going in with this thing with the Ryan Garcia. So maybe next week, but we could get Scully. I mean, we got a few guys that owe us a visit. So
do you think there's a chance if David Benavidez make it past this dude? You think there's a chance that David Benavidez fight Bivol, even though that Arthur is out? We don't know how long he's going to be out.
I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Question.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
because he was supposed to fight the winner of those two. That was the reason why he was moving up. He was going to fight this guy, and then he fight the winner of those two.
That'd be an interesting matchup. Very interesting. Remember, you got a guy that beat Canelo, right, against a guy that wants to fight Canelo. That'll be interesting to see how they do that. Yeah, maybe you never know.
No, the card was still going to happen because it's that Eddie Hearn.
It's the 5-on-5.
Yeah, it's still going to happen. So I guess he's just going to move everything up. We're going to have a new main event. I mean, the meniscus injury. So
maybe they move Wilder and Zane as the main event.
I can see that.
Probably. What's the other one? Ruiz? Is Ruiz on that one too? It's Andy versus Big Baby Miller. No. I think that's in August. That's in August. That's something else. Yeah, but they're fighting. I think that's in California.
Okay. That's
that's in California. I got it mixed up.
That's the Bud Crawford fight.
That's in California. That's the other. But they're backed by what's his name? I don't know his name. Turkey or whatever.
Something like that.
His Excellency. Yeah, he did. So that's also Turk. Yeah. Okay. David spars with Bivol and a regular. Okay, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Thanks, Josh. I didn't know that. I don't know. Since I got both of you on, and since we didn't get Ishe on and stuff, do you want to talk about your draft? Because I know you was really hyped with your draft. I mean, we don't always talk boxing here. We talk other sports, and I know you're really pumped up with your Washington Commanders.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, they got the most athletic squad in the draft. They went out and got all athletic people like Luke McCaffrey. That I did not know he's only been playing. Yeah, I did not know he was only been playing wide receiver for 2 years. I did not know that. I thought he's been a wide receiver, but they said no, he's only been playing wide receiver for 2 years. And he had the fastest shuttle time, and he had the second fastest shuttle time, and he had the fastest 3-cone time in the combine. And then they got some hell of 5 picks. They got Brandon Coleman, who's the tackle, Everybody keeps saying guard, but no, he's a tackle. He's not a guard. He can play guard, but he's the tackle. He's the left tackle. And then we got the linebacker. I forgot his name. Can't think of his name. But the linebacker who is going to probably end up taking Bobby Wagner's spot when Bobby Wagner leaves. So I think we're going to be going with a 3-4 because we got Johnny Newton to go on that defensive line to go with Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, and so you add Johnny Newton with that. I think they might go with 3-4 because we already got Frankie, got Bobby Wagner, and we got Jameson right now, and then we add that new linebacker that we got.
Oh, from Temple, I see it, Jordan McGee.
Yeah, from Temple, yeah. And then
you got the safety from Washington too.
We got Dominique Hampton from Washington. Okay.
He was a 5th round pick.
Yeah, we got a lot. They got a lot of athletic people, and then we got the tight end from where he played at
Kansas State, Sanat. Yeah.
Sanat. Yeah, we got him. They say he might be the best tight end in the draft. They say he's definitely number 2. They say he might be.
Don't say that too loud because I don't say that too loud because I don't think Sock was happy with his 1st round pick because it was a tight end.
I know, but a lot of people saying that Sanat might end up being the best tight end of the draft because he's been getting
Sock,
better.
what do you say about that?
What
about how do you feel about your draft, Sock?
Well, for the sake of our draft being a success, I hope the tight end you guys drafted is the second best tight end. Because, I mean, look, the guy that the Raiders took, basically, when Penix got drafted by the Falcons, it threw off the draft a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I believe Penix was heading to the Raiders. So what the new GM did, he took the best player available in Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
Am I killing his name? But whatever. The kid from Georgia, he was the best tight end. And he actually graded higher than Mayer. And they said that he compares better than Laporta. So, I mean, time will tell. I mean, Mayer missed the last 3 games of the year for the Raiders with a foot injury. I was more impressed with Mayer as a blocker, and I think he's an every down guy. He almost reminds me of like Ben Coates, like that type of player. And Ben Coates is one of the really great players that people don't talk about more. But
having a shame because it's a shame because Mayer was good, man. I mean, obviously as a Notre Dame fan, I've seen a lot of Mayer, and he was good in Notre Dame. He was the best receiver. Yeah. He was a good blocker, but he was our best receiver in Notre Dame, and he was a tight end.
He was.
So I mean, he didn't really get much targets on the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, look, last year, I mean, at least the first 7-8 games were just, I don't know what the hell we were doing, but he came on. Like I say, he missed the last 3 games. In the draft, you always don't necessarily take need; you take the best available. And injuries, you don't know with the NFL, so I think maybe the injury bug with Mayer might have had some concern. And plus, we have a new GM, so I don't think there's that same loyalty. Yeah, but I'm good with him, and we also got the best center in the draft, supposedly from Oregon. So I think our draft is okay. We have a lot.
We got the best quarterback in the draft.
It might be.
You guys, I mean, I think you guys might have got the best quarterback in the draft, but Caleb is in the best position to do well with what the Bears surrounded him. Yeah, they surrounded Caleb with crazy talent.
Maybe.
Eric Jordan, what's your team, Eric? Because they're stacked, the Bears on offense. So he's in position, and they got a good offensive line too, the Bears. So there's no excuse. Because their line is pretty good too, the Bears. So he's in a good position. I wonder how he'll do when it gets cold. in Chicago, how he'll play. You know, these guys that come from USC and they come, you know, West Coast and they start playing in the cold weather, they don't fare well. So that'll be interesting to see. But I think Williams, I think not William, Jaden. I think Jaden was the best quarterback in the draft. I really like Penix. I was hoping somehow Seattle would get Penix. I knew that was a long shot, but they had graded Penix to go early second round. But
yeah, I mean, I
really like him. Mm-hmm.
Overall, when they graded everybody's draft overall, we had the fourth highest GPA. The only people that was above us was Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Philly. As far as GPA, what they graded the draft on.
I hate the Steelers. Yeah. Let me see. My man Eric Jordan is a Charger fan. Who did the Chargers? I thought their first round pick was a surprise. Let me see who it was. Let me look it up now. I was shocked. Let me see what they did. They took for Notre Dame. That was good. Okay. Yeah, he's the best lineman.
Max Crosby's gonna slap up. Can't wait.
Yeah, all right. So Eric, you shouldn't have said that because Sock is a Raiders fan, and you know if he hears that somebody likes any of those three teams, he's gonna talk shit. But it is the Raiders, so
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby's he's crazy. They got McConkey. McConkey, he's related to the McConkey that was on the Giants or the Broncos. McConkey.
Phil McConkey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they drafted. He's a wide receiver from Georgia, Lad McConkey. Is he related to him?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
To be honest with you, I can't. Only person I know is related is Luke McCaffrey.
Luke, they drafted a linebacker from Michigan. He's pretty good, Junior Colston. I mean, he's solid.
Oh, and I forgot we got the nickel corner from Michigan too.
Michigan had a lot of players get drafted.
Mike I can't pronounce his last name. I think it's Sendichel or something like that. It's some weird last name, but they said he was the best corner on the team, but he was a nickel corner.
You know, let me tell you something, Eric, before I go on, because you guys drafted the corner from Notre Dame too, Cam Hart. He's pretty good. I wonder how he'll do. I mean, he's drafted in the first round, but he played in Notre Dame. He's pretty good. But let me tell you about D Free. D Free gets hyped every year on Washington, every year, and I can't wait till like week 3 when Washington's like 1-2, and D Free's already talking about next season.
That's not happening this year. That's not happening. It's not happening this year.
You mad?
I'm putting money on it. It's not happening this year. I'm telling you, we don't
until they lose to like the Giants or something.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Nah, hell no. We definitely ain't losing to the Giants. The defense that we got right here, I will be surprised if our defense ain't in the top 10. I'll be surprised if our defense ain't in the top 10. But
that's one thing I know about you two. You can save these videos. Right now,
don't be surprised if Washington win the division this year. Don't be surprised they win the division this year.
Hey, did y'all get help on your offensive line?
And we still got 40. Our offensive line is not great, but it's solid.
That was the problem last year.
But see, we already picked up a couple of veterans, and then we added, like I said, the left tackle. The only real question in our offensive line is the right tackle. That's the only real question. Everybody else is solid. And we got a veteran at right tackle. He's just not the best at right tackle, but he's solid. So with the quarterback that we have, I don't think we have to worry about the offensive line as much because so many people it's going to be almost like RG3 all over again. They're going to be worried about Daniels running.
Yeah.
Because we all know Kingsbury, he likes to run the quarterback, and Daniel can run the ball.
I highly doubt that Washington is going to do that.
I bet you won't. I bet you won't bet on it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. What's up, A1? What's going on?
I already got a bet against the right side. I got a bet against knockout, and I got a bet against the right side already.
Yo, A1, Deep Freeze mad hype with Washington again. But hey, I mean, I can't say the same for my team. I did like our first pick, Byron Murphy from Texas. I think he could be one of the best players defensively in the draft. So I was really happy in that. Seattle needed somebody up front. Seattle never puts pressure on the quarterback, making it very hard for our corners who are pretty solid. So I thought that was a good pick. Our draft I thought was pretty decent. We didn't have a second-round pick. The third-round pick, we drafted a lineman from Connecticut who's got good upside. But, I was reading about him. He's pretty good. But when Connecticut – because Connecticut don't really play anybody good, but when they played like Tennessee or played a good team, he didn't look too good. What's up?
He's not betting that, Josh.
What's that? What are you saying? Just bet whose team has the better record at the end of the season, Commanders or Seahawks? I gotta see my team. I gotta. He's not betting that. He already know. He like, hold on, they got Bobby Wagner. They got Bobby Wagner over there, and they got Austin Eckler. Nah, that's doing that one. Nah. I'm gonna check. No, I'll check. We don't play out this year now. We don't play the East this year. But I'm gonna check first. I'm afraid to make a bet, but I got to see how my team is because Gino's got to go. We got their quarterback. We got Sam Howell as the backup. I got to see. I still think offensively we got good talent at receiver and we got a good running backs. But our offensive line has been shaky and the play calling. So let's see what happens.
I meant to tell you too. I appreciate y'all taking Sam Howell because without y'all taking Sam Howell, we wouldn't have had Sanat. We wouldn't have got Sanat. So I appreciate that. We got Sanat.
Let me tell you something. You're real hype right now because before last season started, you was high on Sam Howell. Sam Howell was the shit. And now
Sam Howell is still a solid quarterback. He's just not better than Jaden Daniels. He ain't better than Jaden Daniels. He's still a solid quarterback. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Sam Howell is your starting quarterback. Don't be surprised.
I hope so. I want to see him play more than Gino right now. Because Sam Howell's young. I want to see what the kid can do. I like Sam Howell. I told you this. I thought Sam Howell was going to be good. I thought Washington just didn't protect him. I thought he got no protection in Washington. So let's see what happens. Now he's in Seattle.
That was all Ron's doing. And Ron didn't. Hey, if you look at all of Ron's draft picks, and then you look at how we draft this year, is night and day. Like we went out. You guys
got a defensive coach now, right? You guys got the guy from Seattle, the head coach.
No, we got the guy from Dallas. We got
that was with.
He was your defense.
He was
coordinator.
with Seattle.
Yeah, he was your defense.
Yeah, he was with Seattle. So Bobby Wagner knows him well.
He was the former Falcons head coach. Then he went to Seattle, and then he went to Dallas.
No, he was with Seattle first.
That's what I said.
He's in Seattle first. They won the Super Bowl with him.
Oh, that's right. He got the head coach job at the Falcons after they won the Super Bowl. That's right.
Yeah. Sock, you got anything to say, or you're just disappointed in the Raiders? I mean, you got the Celtics. I don't talk much about basketball. I know you're a big Celtics fan.
I was just going back and forth because there's a Drake Kendrick beat. Kendrick just dropped something.
Again? Didn't he drop something the other day?
He dropped the second one because Drake had dropped something earlier.
They wanted him to respond, and he did twice.
Let's talk about that. Fuck all this draft shit.
I can't talk about
the mute issue.
I don't know much what's going on. I just know that Kendrick's been murdering him.
At least ain't none of y'all draft is as bad as Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons had a terrible draft. Their draft, I don't know what they was thinking about when they were drafted. They
got Penix. I mean, it's not as terrible. Because I like Penix. It's just that what are they going to do with him?
They picked a field goal kicker in the third round.
And they got a good kicker now. The Asian guy is good.
Oh yeah, cool. Right? Wasn't that kicker? Cool.
Yeah, they had cool.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
That wasn't cool.
They went and got a field goal kicker in the third round. I'm like, that's the type of stuff we be talking about when my man K Savoy was picked the field goal kicker in like the second round. We was like,
in the draft.
Yeah, why are you picking a field goal kicker in the second round? He was like, man, he's the best field goal kicker. I'm like,
I mean, it's crazy because Penix is like 26, and like he should probably be starting on a team, and it's just I don't understand that.
Me personally, I'm not. If I'm a head coach, I'm draft unless there's a field goal kicker out there that never missed a field goal from high school all the way through college. I am not picking no field goal kicker in the draft.
Yeah, I don't get that. But hey, I will tell you one thing, Josh, and the Falcon fans. I don't remember how much the contract was. But Seattle paid a lot of money. Well, it's different. It's a different scenario because they drafted Wilson in the third round, I think. So, but they paid a lot of money for Flynn from the Packers to be their quarterback. Remember the backup quarterback for the Packers? Seattle had paid a lot of money for him to come over to Seattle, and then they drafted Russell Wilson, I believe, in the third round, and Russell Wilson ended up getting the starting job.
That's the same thing that Minnesota did. And Kirk Cousins went straight to Twitter when they made that pick for the quarterback. He was like, hold up. They didn't talk nothing about picking up no daggone quarterback in the draft when I signed. He was mad.
I meant to
say Atlanta. Was it Atlanta that he went to?
Atlanta, yeah. But they said that Cousins is still going to be the number one guy. So I just don't understand it.
You know, they got somebody standing right over his shoulder waiting for him to mess up.
You know,
but nobody has a better agent than Cousins, though. I tell you that much.
Yeah,
Cousins may have the best agent in football. He's made tons of money. Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins.
Oh
Cousins,
my God.
He's definitely
for a guy that's not even top 10.
Good.
Shit.
He ain't got to worry about ever working again.
Yeah.
You know what?
He's not even a top 10 guy. Huh?
You know who I think is going to be the best defensive player? The kid from UCLA. Latu,
yeah, they said. Who did he end up going to?
To the Colts. Now this was a weak defensive draft. You know, at least in the first round. I think Latu is going to be a stud. I like his game a lot.
They were predicting Seattle to get him to, but they said Latu, the guy that Seattle drafted, and then the kid from Alabama, Turner. I think the Vikings guy.
The corner?
Is he a corner? Turner? They said he was like one of the top defensive guys. I think the Vikings ended up getting him.
Okay. Now the Eagles took that kid from Toledo. Right? Is he from Toledo? From some small school, the cornerback. He went higher than the cornerback from Alabama.
Oh, Dallas Turner. He's not a corner. He's an edge guy. Dallas Turner from Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, the Vikings traded to get him. They traded up like a few spots. I think he did. Say it again.
The Eagles.
He's one of the top. Go ahead. My fault.
No, I was just saying who the Eagles took. The two corners. They took the white dude from Iowa, right? You know,
I believe so. I'll say it right now.
Yeah, and they took a kid from some small school ahead of the Alabama cornerback, who was rated number 1 out of all the cornerbacks.
They took a corner from Iowa. They took the guy from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Their first pick was right? From the corner from. They went corner. They took the guy from Toledo, Mitchell.
Yeah. That's
Mitchell. Yeah.
2 rookie CBs. I haven't seen a team do that in a long time.
Back to back, yeah. That's.
And supposedly I mean, Mitchell's supposed to be like the steal of the draft. He's the most athletic cornerback. Interesting. Yeah. And everyone looking at the Giants as like the last place team in the NFC East. Do you agree with that, D3?
Well, he better believe in that because Washington's not finishing first or second.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Sock had a question for you. Sock had a question for you. Sock had a question for you.
Do the Giants look like the worst team in the division?
I didn't hear you. Broke up. Say that again.
Are the Giants the worst team in the division?
Oh hell yeah! By far, they're the worst team. The only other team that's in the Giants the only other team that's probably worse than the Giants is maybe the Cowboys.
It's not Washington, right?
No, hell no, it's not Washington. Did y'all see what we did? And in the draft,
you guys had a good draft. I'm not lying. I just like messing with you, man, because you get amped for your team. You get
y'all ain't see what we did in free agency in the draft. Y'all wasn't paying.
Nah, Washington. I think second
I know
place.
You should know, Thomas.
Second place or better, right? No less than second place. No third place or fourth place. It's unacceptable. Third or fourth place is unacceptable.
It's
right?
unacceptable
For Washington
to
this
be
year?
It's going to be unacceptable to be less than number one.
Oh shit. Okay. I can't wait to football season because D3 is going to lead those lives. I'm going to join in on those lives, but it's going to be on D3's. D3's going to host it. He's going to lead it, and he's going to lead it off with the Washington Commanders, and I can't wait for football season. I mean, I don't know how my Seahawks are going to be. I still got to do some research, see who they got, what their schemes they're going to play with the new coach. So I'm not talking my shit yet, but I can't wait. I can't wait for D3 to talk some Washington Commander football. It's going to be great. It's going to be must see TV. I swear to God, it's going to be the best. The Chargers are pretty solid.
I'm trying to tell you, y'all haven't seen me get excited to Washington win the division. Then y'all gonna see another side of me.
He said, I would have to say the Chargers, Cardinals, and the Cowboys are trash. Everybody hates the Cardinals, but see here, and I knew you come just in time. There's always one 49er fan to come in here and just mess shit up. You know how much I hate the 49ers. I could tell you last week. Arizona, that's his last place, Tyrone. Watch your mouth. It ain't Seattle. it ain't Seattle. It's Arizona.
Arizona got that. Hey, they got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he's the best receiver in the draft by far, I think.
Might be the best player in the draft.
It could be. There was some good receivers in this draft, though. This was a receiving draft, a heavy receiver draft. Like, there was a lot of good receivers. The Giants drafted a good receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Chiefs
was a lot of good wide receivers.
I was like, damn.
What about the Bears? The Bears drafted a good receiver too.
I wasn't too worried about the Bears getting the receivers that they got because they're not in our conference. I was mad about. They're not in our division. I did not want them to. But then again, they do have Daniel Dimes, and he ain't dropping no dimes.
That's
ain't seem to hold on to the ball to save his life.
Kentucky Derby's tomorrow.
This is something in the Bronx, man. My internet has been crazy. What's up?
Kentucky Derby's tomorrow.
Kentucky. I haven't bet on horses in years. Hold on a second. But I think this is it. But I wanted to go with the wide receivers real quick because the wide receivers are pretty good this year. Hold on, let me just read out some of the names. If this thing would just load.
They got
He had the fastest time. Yeah, I think he had the fastest 40 since like early 2000s, right? It was something like that.
No, the kid from Cincinnati, Ross.
Yeah, he broke his. I think he had a 4.25 run and broke that with a 4.22.
Yeah, he's a burner.
They say he's supposed to CD Lamb. He's supposed to be a faster CD Lamb.
My bad, guys. My internet is acting up. I don't know what's going on with this. It's that Obama phone, right? I'm on the laptop, as BBO would say. The Broncos had a trash year. I think the Broncos they drafted a kid from I think he's gonna be a bum. They drafted Knicks, right? There he goes. The Broncos drafted Knicks. Bo Nix. Sock, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I don't know if Sock can hear me. Sock is not answering. But the Broncos, who they drafted? Bo Nix, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think he's gonna be a bum.
I mean,
you don't think so? I'm sorry. I'm just.
His game was very safe, you know. I mean,
yeah.
He got a good coach, so he's in a good situation. Let's see, you know, if they can protect him, you know, the dink and dunk system like Drew Brees used to play.
The kid. Oh, that's it. The guy from Washington. Rome Aduns. He played. He's the one the Bears got. He's good. I thought that was a good draft pick. That was good. He could probably be the second best wide receiver. See, Neighbors is good, but he's just on a team that I don't think he's going to shine on the Giants. You know,
Drew Lock could be the starter by week 4.
Yeah. That's
the Giants. Look. Yeah, I think they're better off with him. You saw what he did to Philly when he had. I mean, he started for Seattle the one game and they beat the Eagles. Drew Lock, I think Drew Lock got some. You know, I think he needs to get another shot. I wanted him to stay. I wanted Seattle to keep him and maybe try him out, but they're stuck with Geno. You know, Geno's not awful. I think Geno just tries to do too much sometimes. You know, and then he makes mistakes. You know, I think, and
he had that one good year when he came back, and now he's trying to. But you just got to do it gradually. You can't do it all in one game.
Yeah, that's always been his problem. I think he overthinks stuff and he tries a little too hard and makes mistakes. Because the first year that he started after Wilson left, he played well, and then last year, you know, he had some games that he played well. I mean, they beat the Lions, right? The Lions were a really good team, and they beat the Lions in Detroit that second game. That was one of his better games, you know. So, and that was the second game of the season after they had a crap game against the Rams. So, I mean, Geno still has the talent. You know what I like from Geno? If Geno would just take off and run a little bit more when he sees the opening, and sometimes he likes to step up and try to make a throw and force a throw rather than step up and, you know, take that 6-yard run or something. But, you know, that's just me. I'm not the one taking the hits. So, you know, some quarterbacks, that's what they do. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I wanted to talk a little football. I was going to do a little bit of basketball too with the playoffs. The playoffs has been good. The NBA has been really good. My team got eliminated. I'm a Laker fan. They're gone. You know, the Knicks, Sock is a Celtics fan. They're still in it. You know, the Knicks Sixers series was really good. The Knicks advanced. And then did Dallas close out tonight? Because I didn't get to see that game.
Yes.
They did win? Okay.
Who closed out?
Dallas. They beat the Clippers?
114, 101.
Yeah, they won 42. Yeah, they won 4.
Yeah, the playoffs have been pretty good.
Cleveland and Orlando going to Game 7.
Yeah, and then, while the Celtics rest up, they play the winner of that one. The Knicks Pacers should be pretty good. I mean,
I told everybody at the beginning of the year, Celtics is probably going to be the team that's going to come out the East.
Hope you're right.
Well, D-Free, we don't want that because we are haters, and we know that Sock would talk a lot of crap. So Sock is a big Celtics fan, so we hope the Celtics get eliminated.
I mean, I don't.
I'm sure at one point you used to hope
but
that
I
he was
do.
6'2".
I don't particularly like the Celtics, but I do like Jason Tatum, Duke, and I'm a Duke fan, so I got to root for Jason Tatum.
Oh God. Yeah, I was mad at the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers.
But you haven't rooted for the Lakers since LeBron got there.
I mean, I haven't been watching basketball like I used to. So, I'm a casual Laker fan. I used to be heavy Laker fan with Kobe, and then before that, Nick Van Exel was one of my favorite players. But I haven't watched since the rules of the game changed. It's not the same to me. I liked old basketball back in the day when you could play defense and stuff. But
they fired their coach.
Huh? They fired the coach. Yeah, they fired the coach today. So I'm not big on NBA. What's up?
LeBron is a coach killer.
I wonder what they're gonna do next year. If they're gonna take, because I know he wants to play with his son. His son's not ready for the NBA.
No, are you gonna put LeBron on there with KD, or you gonna move KD?
No, they're talking about they want to draft. Well, LeBron wants to be the first to play with his son, right? I think that was his goal, to play in the same team as his son. But I don't think his son is ready to play in the pros. Did he made himself eligible for the draft?
I don't know.
Yes.
I really don't know.
I thought he did. Yeah,
he did.
The players never get out of it. Yeah, the Clippers just no luck.
I told y'all that. I said that when we said the Clippers are always they just like the Cincinnati Bengals. And you think they're gonna do good, and then all of a sudden they fall apart.
That's true. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. What's up?
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up.
They can't never win nothing.
Nah. We'll try. We'll do this again next week. We'll try to have a guest on next week. Sorry that Ishe couldn't make it. That was my fault. I misunderstood him. He probably meant yesterday. His son was graduating today in Arizona, so he went over there. So he's out of town because he lives in Vegas. So, but he'll probably come on next week because Ishe is cool. Maybe we get Scully on, Sock. I mean, we could see if Scully want to come on. We have some options. We got some fights coming up. Also, the following week, I'm hoping to go to the presser with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. They're going to have a New York press conference on the 13th, which is Monday. Not this Monday, the following Monday. And then Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, I believe, will be there too. So I put in credentials for that one. So I'm hoping to get to that press conference. What's up?
That's good.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to that press conference. So there's a couple things coming up. And then we got the June 8th card here in New York. Xander Zayas is main event, and we got a couple of fighters on it. Sox fighters on it from the Bronx. Ofacio Falcone. Maybe we could get him on. He's on it. He's selling T-shirts. I just hit him up. He's got T-shirts he's selling, which is pretty cool. So I'll probably hit him up tomorrow. He said he'll hit me up tomorrow. So we got a few things going on. Stay tuned for the boxing casual fan or the casual boxing fan. That's coming up. We're gonna do a little segment with him. This my cousin, one of my good friends. He's gonna come on and talk boxing. He's gonna do like little videos. I don't know if he'll do live, but he'll be on this channel, the Casual Boxing Fan. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be pretty interesting. You know how everybody calls some boxing fans casuals. Well, this is the casual boxing fan. He's just a casual. So stay tuned for that. I'll do my baseball report hopefully this weekend. We'll recap another week. I believe the Yankees won today, which is good. They walked off today. Sock, did the Red Sox win? I hope they didn't.
No, they did not.
Great. My man Don P. What's good, Don P? Don Raj. That's my boy Don Raj in there watching on Facebook. What's good? The Beretta talking about basketball. this guy never passes the ball when we play basketball. This guy shoots from like half court. And then Tyrone's a Red Sox fan too, Sox. So he's a Niner fan, but he also likes the Red Sox. So
Hey,
you gotta
good man.
But anyway, that's it. If you guys got any last words, if not, we out of here. I appreciate all you guys that came through. My man Eric, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you. My man Eric, Dodger fan. Dodgers is a team to beat in the National League.
All right.
Until they beat themselves in the playoffs.
Pretty much, or injuries and stuff, but they definitely the team to beat.
Peace.
Yeah. D-Free, thank you, D-Free. You got anything you want to say?
Oh, no, I'm good. I appreciate you having me up, man.
Yeah, you already know. Sock, it's good to have you back, Sock. You're the busiest man in the world.
I try to be. Salute. Be free. Be safe out there in them streets. TD.
All right, man.
You already know.
You already know. Catch Sock on Ring Talk Worldwide tomorrow with Pedro Fernandez. By the way, Pedro Fernandez has been MIA. I haven't heard from him since Ryan popped. So I can't wait to watch him on the radio tomorrow. Or, well, listen to him on the radio. If the video's working, I'll be watching it as well. So Sock, you know, tell Pedro, you know, give him my condolences. All right, guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys hopefully this weekend.
Peace.
All right.
Latest.